I'm Matt Gerlach, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at CHOC Children's Hospital here in Orange County. One of the first things that I noticed when I came to work here just under 2 years ago was that innovation is a big part and a key part of our values here in the organization. The way that I saw that play out was really a couple different ways. One was that we received a great grant from the Sharon Disney Lund Foundation that was in recognition of work that CHOC had already done around innovation, namely the CHOC Pediatrics 2040 conference that we held at the Disneyland Hotel, where we brought in people from all over the world to talk about what pediatrics is going to look like in the year 2040. This was led by one of our key innovators here, Dr. Anthony Chang, who's really taken on this challenge and brings together leaders not just locally, but from around the world at a regular basis. We have weekly conferences specifically focused on innovation and opportunities for folks to exchange ideas. So innovation was already a very strong part of our culture when we then started our discussions with the Innovation Institute. We're immediately attracted to the model. One of the great things about the Innovation Institute that's different than many other organizations is the way that it's structured to be self-funding. Most organizations that support innovation have a really hard time at the beginning because a lot of funding is required on the front end to help fund the initial research and idea generation, taking those ideas to fruition, and they may or may not pan out. And there's a huge capital need and exposure on the front end without necessarily a lot of results, or those results may come a little bit further down the road. The Innovation Institute does have the Innovation Lab. That really is where the ideas are generated and where there are experts. For example, the Cleveland Clinic might be one place where there are resources available to actually help tap into to help identify whether these ideas are truly good ones. But the other two elements are equally important. There is also a fund area where there's dollars that can come in from investors. But in my mind, the key element really is this Enterprise Development Group, or EDG as we call it. That was what first attracted us because we were able to identify that we needed significant help with biomed engineering in the organization. And we actually tapped into that, and as a member of the Innovation Institute, we were able to get a discount. We were providing funds then into the Innovation Institute that then could be used as a funding source for the work around innovation. There are multiple companies now that are a subset of that EDG that are ways of funding resources into the rest of the Innovation Institute. And one of the great things about EDG is that we are both a customer now, where we get a benefit and a discount for those biomed services that we purchase through TKA, through EDG, but we're also an owner. So now we get the benefit as an owner of the Innovation Institute to capitalize on those revenues that come in and use those revenues to help support our innovation activities. So the model's absolutely phenomenal, and for our board, it was a no-brainer. Our physicians and our associates are already excited about participating and have already identified ways and opportunities for them to work closely with the Innovation Lab. We've come out to the lab in Newport Beach and done a site visit. We've had some demonstrations about how successful projects have gone from idea to implementation. That's helped spurred a lot of thoughts for us about how we can go forward. We see it as a meeting place for many of our kickoffs right now that we have for our employees, or as we call them, associates, that are getting more engaged in the innovation process here in the organization. And we also have had just pure brainstorming sessions where we've had folks from the Innovation Institute interact directly with our physician leaders and some of our associates as well to talk about what does innovation mean? How do you create an environment or a culture of innovation in the organization? And based on experience that the folks at the Innovation Institute have had in other situations, they've been able to bring that expertise to us right off the bat, and we're getting a head start and kickstart to getting our programs up and running. We are very excited about our partnership with the Innovation Institute for a number of reasons. We see there's tremendous opportunity really across multiple arenas to have an impact and to really ultimately do what it is we both have a unified mission around, which is providing improved care to individuals. For us, that's children. Our focus on children is key, and there aren't that many resources out there to support innovation for children. It's historically not been a great place for folks to invest. Here we've got a tremendous opportunity to come together with folks that have the same mission as we do to partner together to make the lives of other people better.